Thank you for joining me for this preview series for the American Civil War Museum's upcoming symposium, The Soldiers' Civil War. This event will be held in Richmond at our Tredegar site on February 19th and will also be available via live stream. I'm Rob Havers, President and CEO of the American Civil War Museum. Each week leading up to the symposium, I'll be talking with the speakers to get their insights and reflections about their study of the Civil War. This year's outstanding event explores many aspects of what it meant for ordinary men to be thrust into the epicenter of conflict and how they coped at the time and in the war's aftermath. We hope you will join us in person or virtually for Symposium 2022, The Soldiers' Civil War. Until then, I am pleased to bring you this preview. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Havers, President and CEO of the American Civil War Museum, and in anticipation of our forthcoming symposium, The Soldiers' Civil War, I'm delighted today to be joined by one of our speakers, Professor Holly A. Pinheiro, Jr., Assistant Professor of History at Furman University. Professor Pinheiro, delighted to have you here today. Thank you for joining us virtually for this preview. We are very much looking forward to hearing from you at our symposium in a little over a month's time. If you can begin, if you would, with a bit of an overview of what you're going to be talking about at the symposium.
The short version of what I'll be talking about during my presentation is really trying to refocus public and academic conversations on Northern freeborn African-American families connected to United States Colored Troop or USCT soldiers. And looking firstly at the soldiers, and it's weird when I say it like this, but like as people, right? That they were soldiers, they were veterans, but before that and long after, for those who survived the war, their fathers, sons, brothers, members of, a segment of Philadelphia, which is dealing with racial discrimination every second of their lives across multiple generations. And then also connecting it to their families. So by emphasizing the significance of where they come from and the household dynamics, we can get a much more, I believe, meaningful and deeper impact of what service means across long periods of time, and even talking about issues of what is the consequences of service, whether it's economics, family structure, and for those who come home, what is the public memory in a more personal, familial aspect?
What first drew you to this area of inquiry and endeavor?
So it's, on one regard, it is my family being very adamant that I learned Black history at a young age. So reading Frederick Douglass's narrative, but also even Malcolm X. These were things I was reading as young as 10 years old. I'm the child of someone who served in the U.S. Navy for 25 years. I was born in Portsmouth, Virginia, raised in Virginia Beach, but then also internationally. My mom served and all across the globe, retired after Desert Storm. And I basically wanted to take my interest in a film like Glory and looking deeper into Black military service and connecting it to issues and questions I've had since I was a child. What does all of this really mean, this very important period of time, if we go beyond them in uniform? If we look at them as young children, if we look at them as young men about to get married, as we look at their, progeny generations later who are reflecting back, like those, all of those together in a roundabout way connect and help me to figure out this is really important.
Shifting to the present, what do you think your research can shed light on in terms of contemporary thoughts about the Civil War?
For me, that this project is one that I hope is well received within veteran communities and veteran families, and those who are serving, because it's like I've tried my best to write a project and to convey a historical significance of these people in a way that is consumable to the public and is engaging and exciting. So whether it's going to a VA event, whether it's going to a military college and just talking about that your story matters and how we can document it. But it's never just about you in the singular. Where do you come from? Who are the people connected to you? And how are they part of this story? Then we, I believe, get a more inclusive way of not just the Civil War, but even how we talk about the military, of how we talk about the medical treatment, how we talk about the federal government's responsibility to its citizens and to its people that aspire to be citizens, that this is a way to, through an academic lens, to push larger conversations. Maybe that's just the pie in the sky view that I have. But I believe it's a way to advocate that families are part of the stories of military service, even beyond the Civil War.
It's a wonderful aspiration for this research. Professor Holly Pinheiro, thank you so much for your time today. Delighted to talk to you. We very much look forward to seeing you at the symposium in February. Thank you very much.